it looks like this was a scam. So this is a perfect example of how these scammers work. See how they added 150 ETH. Okay, they put in a honeypot, they let some suckers buy, and then boom, they pulled all the ETH out.
Cryptoslo, cryptocurrency news and investing.
Cryptoslo with more crypto gains. So today's video I'm going to talk about token hunting and DYOR. So I've had this requested by a lot of people and they're like, Slow, how do you research tokens? There's so much information, you can get scammed so easy. First and foremost, DYOR of my DYOR. So this is what I do. This is not a recommendation for what you to do, but this is how I gather information on ERC-20s and kind of hunt them down and see what's going on. First and foremost, number one, you got to have MetaMask to be in the token game, okay? MetaMask is what interacts with UniSwap, and UniSwap is where all these tokens, it's a decentralized exchange, are purchased, okay? So you would pick a token, like Jarvis reward token, and then you put in some ETH and it swaps. There's plenty of videos on Uniswap. So MetaMask to hold your ETH, that is your wallet, and Uniswap to get the coins. Now the question is, how do you know if it's a valid coin? Well, first and foremost, you basically heard from your buddy, buy this token, or you saw something on a 4chan or a Reddit or a Telegram. So then you have the name of the coin and you want to start your research. Well, first and foremost, you could start with Google. But be careful because some of the ads, so let's look at this Ruse coin. Ruse coin, I've heard, is another elastic token, which is similar to Ample, Rample, Rebase, all those, but it rebases hourly. So we're going to type in Ruse, okay? And I'm going to put token. It's important to put token because otherwise your results probably aren't going to always represent that. Right off the bat, you can see that Ruse Finance comes up on Etherscan. Okay, let's back up a little bit. Etherscan is another tool. Think of Etherscan as the library card of all the tokens on the blockchain. You can search it, look up how many holders there are, find the market cap, all kinds of great information. So, Ruse token, this is a link over to Etherscan, okay? Ruse Finance. But what we're looking for is the website. That's step one. So I'm going to create a new folder and we're going to call it research. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and move research over here. Okay? So typically websites will be .network, .finance, .io. So this, let's see, Ruse, Etherscan, IO, hourly rebase, Ruse.io. This looks like it could be the website. So let's start here. Alright, boom, website. So my first bookmark I'm going to add into my research folder. I'm going to call it website. Now, keep in mind, we don't necessarily know if this is the right website, okay? So this is just one part of DYOR, and that is finding the website. Now, what are things we're going to look for on the website? Direct Uniswap links, which would take me to the Uniswap, and I supposedly am trading that token. Notice how there's no symbol yet. So when you see that face like that, that typically means that it's a pretty new project, or it could be a scam project, okay? Because mostly tokens will have tickers. See how the ETH has a ticker? Okay, so there's a trade, there's a Telegram, fantastic. I can hit join Telegram, and boom, I'm in the Telegram. So if you don't have Telegram installed, Telegram is basically chat rooms where 24 hours a day people are talking and conversing on what's going on in the crypto space. I'll leave a link down below for that too. Telegram allows you to join groups of similar-minded people as well as message your friends and other things. So now I've got the Telegram link, okay? So then the best thing to do in Telegram is always look for the pinned message, okay? Pinned messages in Telegram groups will usually give you important information. So you can see, boom, I got all kinds of good stuff here. Ruse contract. Okay. So we'll make a mental note of that ruse contract. We'll see if it matches the rest of our research. Okay, so I'm gonna head back. So okay, the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna look for tokenomics or whatever. You can look at the team. Now keep in mind we're only scratching the surface here, so it's gonna add, give you some answers to questions, how it works in that. But keep in mind, I still don't know if I'm on the right coin, okay? Still don't know if I'm on the right coin. So when I click on UniSwap, okay, click on UniSwap, notice how when it takes me to UniSwap, there is a contract number after the equal sign. That is the contract that we're looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and place that in a notepad. And I'm going to say this is the contract from the website. Okay. Now, what I can do is, number one, find out if there's liquidity. And finding out if there's liquidity can be a good sign of whether or not the token is a scam or not, right? So we go over to uniswap.info and you can paste in the contract. Uniswap info basically is the analytics side of Uniswap Dex, where you trade the coins, but it allows you to look things up and try to find it. So when I put in Ruse Finance, something comes up. Okay, let's check it out. Alright, this is what's known as the volume token page. Okay, and you, once again, to get to that, you go to the main uniswapinfo.home. Also keep in mind there is a Uniswap scam website out there, so be careful to make sure you get the correct address. So we put in the contract. Now think of it this way, the coin has a name but it also has a contract. So we go here, we get the token safety alert, and we can see on the informatics page total liquidity, volume, and the transactions. Okay, so it's looking like it is legit. And then Uniswap also has a trade, so we can click that. Now, note the contract. Okay? The contract matches the contract that we found on the website. So far, so good. It's looking like this is the real Ruse coin that your buddy told you about. Okay? Now, the next question. We want a little more information on this. So let's go over to Etherscan. And we've got that contract, so let's go ahead. Etherscan will give us information about the holders and other things at etherscan.io. Now, I'm moving fast because there's a lot to cover, but keep in mind, I'll leave links down below here for my tool bag of all this stuff. Okay, so we're going to hit paste, and it shows the contract. Now, something I'll warn you against, you can also search by name here. But look, remember nugs and the rug that just happened? Look what happens when I type in nugs. The scammers create copies of the name of the coin. Okay, so there's like 10 of them. They create these copies, scams, in order to scam you. So this is why you have to do your research, go to the telegrams, go to the website, and compare it to what's on Etherscan. Because if you just use Etherscan, you could get scammed and buy the wrong contract and get the rug pulled out from under you. Okay, so let's go back to Ruse. So actually, let's see if Ruse has scammers. So we type in Ruse, and gives you contracts, and then it gives you Uniswap pulls. So we can see Ruse has already been copied. Ruse 2, Ruse X, these are probably scams, okay, because they're not the original contract. So we're going to paste the contract in. So be careful using names. So we click on that, and then we see Ruse Finance. So this is looking good. So we're going to click on, you got to click on the token tracker, and then this is the informatics page. And you can access by putting the contract after this base address on anything. So we can see there is 1,008 addresses. Not bad, not bad. So addresses is a decent indicator of how much the coin is spread out. Okay, and then if something has 50 addresses, not many people own that coin, so you have to be careful with that. Here's the total supply. Okay. And this is important. You can click right here on the holders tab. Alright? And then you can start to see the holders. Some of them will be the UniSwap, blah, 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 and going down. Okay, and then you can see all the whales, not whales, and also now what I like to do is I like to find the median and average count of how many coins every holder has. Let me show you how to do that. Okay, as I spoke, we want to check the holders. Why it's important is you kind of want to see how many big whales are there. So you can kind of see there's 120 million, 60%. So there is some big wallets. Now keep in mind, oh, and then this is the burn address proving proof of burns. Okay, so what you do is scroll all the way down and download the CSV. Alright, so we download the CSV file, we open it up. Now, what I usually like to do, and this is up to you, I take the first 10 lines or so and I delete it. That's after I do a sort, C to A. Okay, these are the top wallets. I already know there's some big wallets, so I don't want my average results skewed. So let me grab the first 10. Alright, and then I'm going to do a median. And I'm going to do an average. Now the median typically is a better indicator of the normal holdings across the spectrum. You can see the average is higher, but that's going to be more greatly skewed by these whale wallets. So we've got an average of 5,050. So if we go back over to Ruse, and we know that the average is 5,000, let's go ahead and flip-flop this. Let's put in 1 ETH. So 1 ETH. So it's about a half a ETH to be in the average token holders. So that's not too bad. So sometimes also on Etherscan you have a social profile. This could be their website. Again, this is a indicator. So like if we go to Vault, Bankroll Vault token, see how it has an official site where Ruse did not. So not having social links can be an indicator as well. Do they have a Telegram? Do they have a website? Do they have public team profiles? Are they a known team? Okay, so now back over to the Telegram. Some other tricks you can use. Another trick you can use is if you're not in any Telegram groups, I suggest you join Crypto Divvy Hunters. Trusted group, great group. They're always looking for gains. So what you can do is you can search the group, and I'm going to type in Ruse, okay? And you can start to see that people are talking about Ruse, okay? So doing this, it allows you to do even more research on your token. Okay, now, and also like I said, the pin messages are fantastic. Let's go back over to Ruse. The pin messages are great for information. Now, keep in mind important things. Are you on the right coin? Is there liquidity? Do they have a website? Do they have a Telegram or Discord? And oh yeah, I haven't covered that, but Discord is another another chat system. But I would just start with Telegram for now, and install the Discord app. If some of the tokens you're chasing have that. But if it's a good system, it usually has a lot of the information in the pinned messages. So pinned messages are key. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is liquidity. Okay, so we had the ruse contract, so let's go ahead and copy that again and go back to the analytics. Let's see here. Okay, a little trick there. Alright, we're back to ruse financial. Hopefully it's not a ruse. We're seeing this, and see how there's liquidity? That means there is $60,000 worth of ETH and equal parts of ruse. Okay, so you have to have 50-50. Now, the question is the liquidity locked? Basically, when people start a token on UniSwap, they have to put in a bunch of ETH. This provides liquidity, which is basically needed for people to trade. Okay, so they're putting in ETH and ruse, and then people can start trading. It's kind of like a grocery store. You have to stock the shelves with bread before you can buy the bread. So I'm going to scroll down here and I'm going to look at ads. So down here we can see where liquidity has been added. So this is small, this is small. You're looking for a big one, okay? So overall, it does not look like they added a ton of liquidity all at once. It's just kind of been gradual. So a website that tracks liquidity is UNICRYPT. So on some of these projects, you will see that people show that liquidity has been locked on UNICRYPT. That means that they cannot pull all the equity out, because that is a common scam. The scammer throws in liquidity, waits for some trades, and then he pulls it all out and steals everyone's ETH. And on that note, people are using Dextools to monitor for new coins. So if you go over to dextools.io, you click on view all new. Basically this is giving you real-time situation of coins that are being generated. Now a lot of these are total scams, and this is how a lot of people are getting wrecked on this. But Dextools allows you to research coins, like looking at SBTC. I could filter by SBTC, and I can see all of the things that are going on with SBTC. So Dextools is going to offer a premium level if you have 5,000 of their tokens. I don't know if I'm going to do that, but I do have a small bag in the Slow DeFi Fund just to track it. The coin's been doing pretty well. But Dextools, like I said, you can monitor for new coins. So let's say you know nothing about what's going on. Okay, this system is basically in sort of real time showing when new coins are being added. So in the last 4 hours we can see now this one, and they also give it a Dex score. But basically this is the liquidity. This is what I was talking about. So someone put in 150 ETH, okay, and then they put in some of this coin, this SPA coin. Okay, let's look at SPA. SpearX SPA 1 hour transactions, none. This one is fresh. Okay, so let's go back over to my info. I'll pop in that contract. Let's see what's going on with this SPA token. SpearX. Okay, it looks like this was a scam. So this is a perfect example of how these scammers work. See how they added 150 ETH. Okay, they put in a honeypot, they let some suckers buy, and then boom, they pulled all the ETH out. Now, this wasn't that great of a scam. The scammer in this case took 1.5 ETH, because look at the differential between the out and the in. Okay, so adds, he added the liquidity, and right here, and then the removes. So this coin, SpearX, was a complete scam, and as you can see now, there's zero liquidity. So this is kind of what they do. They pop it in, and then they pull it out. Now, if this token would have had the liquidity locked on UNICRYPT, okay, then we, you know, basically the person that started it can't steal all of the money that's in the UniSwap system. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, that is today's lessons on DYOR. I know it's a ton of information. Watch the video twice, watch the whole video, and I'll leave links down below to follow and give some guidelines for you. But best of luck to you. Make sure you always do your own research. Remember, you are responsible, and only you, when you hit that buy button or that sell button. Like, subscribe. This is Cryptoslo. If you're not talking gains, then we're not talking.